So hello again. So we will start adding the dimensions, which should be pretty simple as we used to, but we will have also an investigation about more details for the dimensions. So let's start up with the one we are familiar with. So we want to add the dimensions for the original front view where we have take the section from it. So click on it and go to the annotation and select the model item. So make sure you are highlighted to the mark for the drawing. Also hold wizard location. You leave other options as the default setting and make check mark for use dimension placement in the sketch. And now click on the sketch. So here you can see we want the entire model. So make sure the source is the whole model. You can see you have the dimensions started up. So they might not locate it in the proper way. So you can locate them. If you have any dimensions not mentioned in the diagram, you can still use the smart dimension. So let's see for here, for example, if you want to add this one, and you can add it manually. And moreover, so let's go back to the dimensions. So if we are having more precise dimension, so let's go 1 to the thousandth. So can also make it from here. So it depends on the precision of your dimension. So then you can report it this one very smartly to the operator. Okay, let's go to the next section, which is so the cutted section. So we want to add also this time the dimension. So we can select the model. So this is the selection we have, add, and we can add them. So it's kind of crowded. So you can adjust it manually in a proper position. Also, you can, so we can move the name of the section over here. And this one also can be moved over here. So we have this one made properly. So let's say about that. So this one, it shouldn't be in this way. We haven't done it. We will reach it out. So we can close this box. Now we want to go to this section. So we want to add the dimensions for this view. So again, go to model item. We want to hold the model, the dimensions, everything set up as it should be. And you can see it's added, so you can manually adjust it. So instead of doing that again, so there is another trick you can do it. So you can go to the view and select this toolbar, select the align, then you can click on the dimensions and click in this small box. So it should be automatically aligned. So we can see the view in very nice way. Now let's go to the auxiliary view here. So let's say someone doesn't know these views, you still can add a note everywhere you want. So we can add this one here, and you can name it front view. If you want just to keep it track it, and this you can name it side view, etc., as you wish. So we want to have auxiliary view over here, so we know what we are doing. You can click yes. So we don't want these details in this view. You can just hold it here, and you cannot see the hatched lines. So let's add the dimensions. So this is for the entire model. So it didn't mention all the views you want. So you can start adding using the smart view here. So this is the first dimension. This is the second. Again, so from here to here is 2 inches. So we want to report the center line for this view. So you can still add it from also annotation. So we go to add note again. So here, select the center line, click on it. So we want to add a center line over here. So this means we have a center line, and you click on yes. So if you want to show it, you can still select this view and click over here. So this is the center line, should be mimicking the center of it. So I can go back a little bit and add again the center line. So here, this is the center line, should be for this one, and should be called out center line. Then again, I can add the dimension. So from here to here is 1 inch. And again, from here up to here is 2 inches. Again, if I am not happy with the alignment, I can just click all the dimensions and ask it to do it for me, but I am satisfied with this one. So we want to go to this detail. If you want to add a marked circle, so you can just go here and select the circle you want. So this will be marked as a circle. Click on it. And it applies also to any kind of circles. So let's go over here. So it's already have a marked circle. So if it's haven't, you can go to the tool part and select this one, and we'll add it to you accordingly. So let's say the operator wants a lithium for his part, so it will help him for the manufacturing. So here we go. You can select the datum, and we can select the first edge and hint it down for him, and then select the second edge and hint it down for him. So he, for example, knows where to put the parts before the manufacturing. So sometimes we have geometric tolerancing, and you will take a course dedicated for this one called design for manufacturing. So it's very rare that the operator will have the accuracy to build the perfect part without any tolerance. So we'll give him some slack, and we will give him some margin of error. So let's just start with this one. We will want to add uh, a dimensions annotation for this one. So we can have the whole call out, and we can select this one. So what is this is resembling? This is resembling how many circles having the same dimensions. So if I am not satisfied with this, so if I have anything with this dimensions is not written properly, I can um, just adjust it from here. So I can have this one, so it's have the proper dimension if it's very critical. So this is one is still not critical, so I can expand it over here. So I want to add a geometric tolerancing also for the same circle. So as you're still holding on, you can just click on geometric tolerancing. So, and we can add this one here. So this is phi, which is resembles that it's diameter. So 0.005. Um, then the primary should be filled with P. And we have 1, 2, and click on yes. And we can drag it underneath it. So we have the GT and T for this location. And we can click on it. So we want to add the GT and T for these two holes, so the operator will be not in anxiety about the exact dimension. So we can add this one. We want to have a parallel, and the dimension will, tolerance will be 0.1 or 1, sorry. And finally, we have the primary will be A, and we can select this surface over here. So this should be belonging to this surface. So I can repeat it again in a proper way. So select this edge, then select the geometric tolerancing for it, 0.01 with A, and have it. So it's indicating it's for this dimension. So we want to add some tolerancing for this view. So let's say the operator is not sure if this one is the correct one. Okay, you can select this dimension. So double click on it. So here we need to add a bilateral so he can go in minus, not in positive direction. So he can have less dimension, but it's critical to have overfit for it, so he can have underfit. Now it's not clear, so we can also expand the dimension. So he can be more careful about it. And you can put it in a proper position so the operator can read it. Okay, so you don't need to like remind it for all the dimensions, so you can pick one and we can just notice that it's for the all other dimensions. So again, we will apply it for this dimension. This time, it will be asymmetrical. What is the meaning symmetrical? So he can go overfit or underfit in the same manner. So it's 0.003. Of course, this is not accurate anymore. So we can expand it and make sure it's as a nominal. And click on yes. So you have the GTNT for this one. Finally, so the surface finish is very critical in some application, and you need to add some samples for it. So you can have the surface finish over here, and you can add it for this surface. So we know it's applied for this surface. So make sure you make for machining required. So this is basic. You can see the machining is prohibited, and so the other samples is giving another indications for each one of them. And here we can add 1 to 5. Again, so we need to add the leader for it. So click on this one and click yes. And here you have the surface finish for this surface. So it can tell the operator how to finish it. So for instance, we are not satisfied with this dimension. So let's say we need to add it, but we know it's have a 4 holes. So we can add this information. So this is 4 by the dimension. So the operator can notice that, and then you can add it. So you can see it's have a different one. Also, you're not satisfied with this dimension, you want to add more specific details or more precise, you can change it here. Okay, so yeah, there is a little notice you should know. So you can add a note everywhere here. So for example, I can add note, let's say this sand casted part with finishing, or for example, do it tomorrow immediately. So the operator notice this note, and also you can change it around anywhere you want, and then make sure you click save as. You save all these views, so save it as the RW again, so I cannot access it. Please save it as a PDF so I can see it regardless if I have the SolidWorks or not. And here we go.